Welcome to another episode of Real Life Solutions with Uncle T. I know that everybody in their life has had a conversation at some point with God. You may not be a spiritual person, you may not be deeply religious or anything, but at some point, you're going to have a conversation with God about things in your life. I knew I was growing up, I was always involved with sports and things of that nature, good in sports, but I was never in the clique. And I didn't have a lot. I had associates. I didn't say I had true friends, because all the friends that I knew growing up, those were always the one that usually stabbed me in the back. So I was not keen on having friends. So I learned from a young age that I didn't care about having so-called BFFs and all this kind of stuff. I had associates, people that I associated with. But I always wonder why I didn't associate with certain people. I didn't go certain places. I didn't do certain things in my life. And I am trying to let someone know that that's okay, because this has been on my mind all day today. And I want to tell somebody that you have been wondering why you are not in the clique, why you don't have a lot of friends. And it seems like sometimes you get treated unfairly. People discard your feelings, your emotions, and the things that you go through. And it seems like you're just the Cinderella of the family, or the black sheep of the family. I just want you to know that God will separate you for a reason. And a lot of times that when God is trying to separate us for a reason, we have a tendency to want to stay complacent in foolishness. Now, it's not by accident that you are going through some of the things you're going through. Some things are just divine intervention that you need to understand, that God will allow things to happen in relationships. God will allow things to happen in your friendships, even in your relationships, to be so chaotic that you have no choice but to leave. You have no choice but to break that union, because God wants to take you somewhere to where your friends can't go. And I learned that early in my life, is that where God took me, my friends couldn't go. My associates couldn't go, because there was something about them that they were not going to be able to be in that circle where God was taking me. And I learned that as I went on in life. And I know if you're listening to this video, a lot of pastors will understand what I'm saying, that everybody can't be in your circle, because being a leader and being used by God, it can be very lonely sometimes. Like that old saying, is lonely at the top. That's a true statement, because a lot of times you cannot deal with certain people when you are at a certain level, or if you're at a certain point in your life where God is dealing with you. Now, a lot of times people be going through all kinds of things in relationships, and you're fighting, trying to hold on to that relationship. Sometimes it's divine intervention. God is trying to pry you away from that person. God is trying to pry you away from those people that you associate with, so he can be able to take you somewhere else, to a whole nother level than you never ever thought you would be. I can look back on my life, and I know plenty out there listening to this video that can look back on their lives right now and say, that is so true, because I'm so glad that I'm not with those people anymore. I'm so glad that I'm not friends with that crowd I used to hang with. I'm so glad that I'm not with that person I used to date, and I thought I was in love and I was going to get married. Because I'm telling you, everybody that you dated and broke up with was not an accident. It was not an accident at all. It was divine intervention. God will let you date someone. I would just be willing to say, God will allow you to date a fool, just so you can see that this is not the kind of man you want to marry, or the kind of woman you want to marry. Because everybody that's in your life is not there to be there in your life, or ordained to be in your life. Just like Samson. Samson had a problem with his flesh, and so Delilah was sent to destroy the man of God. There are so many times in our lives that we get involved with wrong people, and a lot of times the devil will send people to destroy you. They will destroy you. They were sent. They've been watching you. They've been studying you. Satan will send that right female to destroy you. He will send that right male to destroy you. And some things that God has placed in you, he wants to water, he wants to fertilize, he wants to separate, he wants you to come out from among them, so that he can do great things for your life. You know, sometimes God will allow you to date a fool for 6 months, so you'll know that this is not what you want to deal with for 60 years, because a lot of times you'll see everything as fluff on the front end, but a lot of things you don't see on the back end. I'm going to say that again. A lot of things you don't see on the back end. A lot of times, I guarantee you, somebody right now listening to my voice, if they could turn back the clock right now, they hate the fact that they had children by such and such. He hates the fact that he got children by her. She hates the fact that she even married this joker, because if she could turn the clock back, she'd have run when she seen him coming. And there are so many people that when we can look back through the years and we can say, oh my God, if I knew what I knew now, I would have ran. I would have never, ever got involved with such and such. And that's a lot of times that divine intervention that God has put people in place. How many of you has experienced divine intervention when people were telling you, don't get involved with that person. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with her. Oh, man, y'all just don't want us to be together. Y'all just trying to break us up. Y'all just don't want us to be happy. That was that divine intervention. God was sending people your way to tell you to leave that trouble alone, because down the road on the back end, God already seen what it's going to look like. When we look back at all that stuff, I'm here to let you know that don't get so upset when God sends people your way and say, don't do that. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with him. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go down that road, because God will send people, warn you and tell you not to do certain things. There are times in your life to where you're going to have to walk away from friends. Friends you've been knowing since kindergarten. You've been knowing them since kindergarten. And they're not always going to be your friends. Sometimes people are in your life for a season. They are in your life for a season. And there are times when you go your separate way, that person go their way. It doesn't mean that, we don't like each other or that we have beef or anything like that. It's just sometimes everybody has their own assignments. God has an assignment for different people, and they go through different walks of life. And we still care about those people. We see them, we speak. Hey, how you doing? We catch up, and we hear things in the news. So-and-so passed away, and we may call and say, how's the family doing, whatnot. It doesn't mean that we don't cross paths with people, but everybody has a divine appointment. We got so many things going on in the world today, possibly World War III. I truly believe that we are in the time now where we could possibly see the coming of Christ. I really do believe that, because so many things are taking place in the world that people don't even realize. There are prophecies that have been fulfilled and nobody's talking about it. I do believe that the man of perdition is going to come out of Iran. It's going to be in that region of the world. Are we already there? Whole Foods now has where you can put chips under your hand. You can scan your hand going through your register, or you can just put your hand across the register and it'll pay for your food and everything. We've already done that. We've already seen these things happen in the world. Elon Musk, we're talking about where the chip was going to go in your hand. Revelation said it's going to go in your hand or the forehead. Elon Musk has already set up a little chip right now to where it's in the back of the head right here, and it's going to be right here in the frontal lobe, which is the front part of the brain. So there are so many things that are happening in life. Don't be surprised if God brings chaos into your world to get you to go in another direction in your life. But I'm here to tell you, life is too short. Life is too short. People are leaving here. People are leaving here left and right. And people are not leaving here at old age anymore. People are leaving at 35 years old. People are leaving at 40 years old. People are leaving 8 years old, and people are leaving. They are no longer here anymore. And I just encourage people to get yourself together, get your life right, and do what's needed. Don't waste time no more. Don't waste another second of your life dealing with chaos, dealing with narcissistic people, dealing with haters in your life. Look at your life and say, what do I want to do for the rest of my life while God has given me breath and given me power and given me strength in my body? What do I want to do to spend my last days on earth? To what I want to do with my life? Because life is just too short. You guys, take it from me. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I corrected a lot of things in my life, and God bless me. God blessed me over the years with a wonderful family, wonderful wife, blessed me with finances, blessed me with work, labor of my hands, blessed me with business, blessed me with education. It was just until I came out of the region, I had to come out of what I was familiar with in order to be taught, in order to learn, because the Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge. And that's why a lot of people are still in the same spots. There are people who I went to high school with who are still in the same spot they were when we were in high school, still in the same spots, because complacent, doing their things, and I'm just like, to each his own, do you. That's what I say, do you, because I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. But until we meet again, subscribe, like, share the video. Until we meet again, you guys, I love you with the love of the Lord. Uncle T is out. Y'all have a good night.